Right, I'm just going getting a brew. I suggest you get a brew because this could be a long one. So go and get me a brew. It's hot. Hi Mark, hi Mary, hi Revolutionary Visited and Ricardo and whoever else is in chat. I'm going to have to get myself a card for a fan. It's mega hot. I just grabbed something that doesn't make a noise. Oh, if all good intentions are coming on and knowing what I'm talking about and then not knowing what I'm talking about. Oh, who did I just see then? Hi, Rachel Pixie. Oh, let me get comfy. Woo, 17 and I have to fan myself down a minute. Because it is hot. Just raise you up a bit, I think. Never get the angle right on this thing. Or the height. So how is everybody on this hot, sweaty UK day? Well, it is here anyway. Oh, not complaining, but I don't do well in the heat. Oh, the Great Awakening. Oh yeah, I'm going to go through my story again for new people that haven't heard it. And a bit more because it's inspired me to talk about it again because of more people waking up. More and more people getting on cue. Yeah, melting, exactly. Ugh. Try having dreads. Try having dreads like wearing a woolly hat. Whew. I'm trying to cool down. It's a scorcher. It's Scotchio. It's Scotchio. It's supposed to be well, it has rained. Saying bad weather's coming at weekend tomorrow. We'll see. You never know. Oh, can't believe everything they say, can we? Oh, hi, Carol. So, yeah, I don't really know where to begin. I've written a few things down. That never goes to plan anyway. So, oh, Robbie Williams has been talking out. Oh, yeah. Even though a little bit that I might play you, I wasn't really resonating with the woman. She obviously doesn't know about Q. That's not her fault. Can't understand why it's not in mainstream media. Well, she really obviously needs to realise who mainstream media is, and then she might understand why it's not really on mainstream media. Thought that was a bit daft, but then again. Digital soldiers, poems, and a poem someone sent me today that I've sent some of you. A bit of an energy chat. It's all mixed up because it's all in the Great Awakening anyway of my personal awakening. So it's my story. Some of you might resonate, some of you might not, but it's my my experiences with my awakening. Hi, D'Angelo. So, where to begin? Let me check my phone. Woo. If this heat is gonna. Hi, Billy. Hi, everybody in chat. So, if I don't say hi, it's not because I've not seen you. It's because I'll be going on a roll in a minute. So. Oh, it's too hot for me. I'm not complaining. It's just the humidity. That's what I can't be doing with. When I go on holiday or anything, when the humidity is like, I'm melting. Right. So we know there's a lot of cognitive dissonance out there. We know there's a lot of people who are in denial. There's a lot of division and all that stuff that's going on. But yeah. I'm trying to read what I wrote down now, and I'm like, oh, I can't remember. I think I got inspired again to talk out. Yeah, hot in Denmark. Because I'd seen Laura Eisenhower on Simon Parkes' channel, if you know Simon Parkes, but it was only a few days ago. But it never came up, as we know. YouTube playing, the censoring everywhere anyway. But normally when you go into YouTube, it'd be at the top. It wasn't. I scrolled through quite a lot before I found the chat that they did, which I'm gonna try and find now. Everything was just inspiring me to come and talk again, especially on the Great Awakening. Let me just see if I can find it. Oh God, it's my thing. Ooh. I need a fan. Oh yeah, too muggy. That's what too muggy. We'll get through this. Been watching the lovely Mark Bajensky, can never say his name right. Probably just do everybody's names in to tell the truth. Yes, it was. If any mods can find this, good on you. Slap it in the chat. It was 5 out of 20. Ultimate Roundtable, Young. I'm going to give him shouts out. Young. Pharaoh. Simon Parkes, Tony X, and Laura Eisenhower were doing a roundtable. Oh, and there was a lovely lady up here, very beautiful lady. Can't remember her name. I think she was helping the other lady that was in it, which is Amelia Happiness Guru's channel. That's what it was on. Sorry. So it was on Amelia Happiness Guru channel. That was on, I think, Simon Parkes' videos or something, you know, where you share the ones that you've been on. Oh, 71 humidity. I think I must be part penguin or something. I do. I like it when it's sunny, but we've got a bit of a breeze. It's a bit cooler. It's just a bit. Oh, humidity doesn't do me. I know some people really love it. No, I think I'm a part penguin too. Yeah. So, hi Lois. So, they did a chat on. It was all sorts of different things. Obviously, it's about the Great Awakening. Just let me play a little bit. It's just everything was inspiring me. Yeah. Everything was inspiring me to chat out. She's an English lady as well.
Most of what I know I learned from him. And so I'm going to hand to Simon just to say, I think, what would you say is the best way for us to move forward in actually coming up with solutions?
Well, what's beautiful about this, they're talking about solutions. Hi, Candy Cane. And as you can see, people from, you know, other side of the pond, different hues going on there, but we all know they've divided us and they've tried to go against humanity and the people, and they all know that, and they know there's lies and deceits and everything, and they're all talking together about solutions, because there is no such thing as race and we don't see colour, you know. So just putting that out there, but it was good, so just play a little bit of it.
Today, and making the most of the great minds that are present.
Hi, Tapper. Thank you
First of
for
all,
putting it in.
thank you very much for inviting me. It's lovely to see everyone. I think probably the best bet really would be for each person.
And he is
what
pro-Trump,
he or she
Simon. I didn't
thinks
think he was.
Would be a good solution, or the topic that they would like to speak on. The problems facing the planet and humanity at the moment are really varied, and I don't think one person has, you know, the answers for all of that. But maybe together we can bring up a plan. What would be perhaps helpful would be to give some sort of hope.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Kurt.
There is such a lot of rubbish, trash, lies out there, and it's really taking focus away from their own development. So maybe we can sort of talk about how we can all reconnect and get people back to reconnect. So that's really what I just think is important at the moment.
And maybe we could start with an actual formal intro, just your name and a little bit about your background and your achievements, so everyone can be familiar with who's here. Do you want to start, Laura?
Sure, I'll start. So my name is Laura Magdalene Eisenhower, and I've been an international speaker for the last 10 years. I am a researcher. I am, I guess you could say, an experiencer. That's sort of what first got me out in the public scene, is talking about a Mars recruitment I went through in 2006. And it's just been sort of a very eye-opening lifetime, starting from when I was a child. I was being downloaded my mission, and it really had to do with this window period. And so I've studied a lot of galactic history. I work with, you know, the zodiac, galactic zodiac, and medical astrology to help people sort of tune up and
not for everyone.
Dormant aspects of themselves, to, you know, get to know their own unique nature and then move into that 0 point unified field. So yeah, just a researcher, experiencer, connecting dots and paying attention to what whistleblowers have to say and other people throughout the years, like you, Simon. And it's really great to meet everybody else, and I really appreciate you know, being here. And if you want me to quickly, you know, kind of give a point of view about that question, I absolutely agree with Simon. We all have a role.
Yes, they are, Lois. There's loads of people doing roundtables at the minute. Magenta, there's loads of people. It's not just people that I always shout. There's loads of people doing roundtables, because a round table is the best table. A round table is no one's at the head of the table. Think King Arthur. And people are talking about solutions. Many different ways of saying things. Different words, but sort of all on the same, you know, length. Never heard of medical astrology. Well, medical astrology, if you don't know of how I perceive it, is the planets in the sky have different things to do with earthly plants and herbs. And the herbs, obviously, if you know, holistic healing is medication for us here. So they line up with different things, different days, different plants and things like that, herbs. So we do have that. If you didn't know that, it is out there if you didn't know. But yeah.
Play in order to, you know, integrate and connect dots. We're integrating fragments. We are finding wholeness and balance, and really
Santos Benici. Yeah, Santos Benici's great. He probably talks about all that, doesn't he?
Remembering who we truly are and what we're made of. I think the most important thing is to understand the hidden sciences, the things that we weren't taught in school, because that starts to open up.
Yes, that's right. Evening all. Hope you're all well. It's the same of all things, Dolly. Take what appeals to you and leave the rest. Yeah, as I always say, take what resonates, and if it doesn't, don't take it. Hi, Dave.
Us to memories that can begin to switch us on, because we're very much under this.
Yeah, and Mary's right as well. There's different planets and houses that rule different parts of the body. Because if you didn't know, we have a chakra within us, a chakra above, as above, so below. Planetary celestial bodies. Celestial bodies is like a tree of life. It's like we have the chakras in the sky. So that makes one big body in the universe, whatever you want to, whatever, in the cosmos, which affects our physical bodies. That's why we talk about higher selves and stuff and ethereal bodies. We don't just have the physical form, we have quite a lot. Maybe I'll go into that after, but
Nets,
yeah.
and in this mind control web that has a lot of psychological operations and tactics to keep us conquered and divided. And we have what it takes to get to the next level, but we have to be more familiar with it in order to, begin to feel inspired or encouraged, because it's a part of. So that's why unity and busting through that net.
Absolutely. And also,
Yeah,
Laura,
retrograde.
you receive channeled messages from your grandfather, don't you?
Well, I've never claimed to be a channeler of Eisenhower, but we've had a strong sort of spiritual connection to what's been held secret, so that we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Simon, do you want to do a little intro? Sorry, I interrupted.
Anyway, you can watch that because I'm not playing it all, but basically it was just showing you many different people on there talking about different things but the same things in alignment with stuff people might resonate with and might not resonate with. What I'm trying to say is, because I'm seeing, I call it the truth in community. That doesn't matter if you're in flat earth, the UFO, Q, whatever it is, the so-called conspiracy community, which we're all under and seen as mad, that community coming together. And even someone said today on a video that some of the so-called conspiracies used to be what they would say left side, but and then the Q's like the right side, but that side is coming together. And that's why I've said there's been many people out there that know certain stuff. Like a few years ago when I woke up, because I'm going to go through my Great Awakening in a minute, there was a certain Discord I used to go on, and all the men in there, yes, because it was mostly men, used to argue and all that. Now, when I went in 2017, whatever it was, 18, I started talking about Q. They were all laughing at me, and there was a lovely girl in there as well who has actually spoke to me today, so that's given me a lot of inspiration as well, because she knows, she can see the Q thing now, because we all speculated a bit ago. Yeah, Simon, yeah. And they're awake to stuff that, say, the QAnon people are awake to, awake to the same stuff, but we're still calling Q out. They support Trump. They all support, most of them supported Trump, but didn't know that Trump was part of Q. And when I told them, they were just laughing. Some of them have actually come over to the Q side now and have started to realise, just like the woman who I will show after with Robbie Williams was doing an interview, she didn't get why QAnon hasn't been spoken on the MSM. It's like, hello, it's MSM. And then she was like, yeah, well, I feel Trump could be something to do with Q, but she was sort of doing it in a bit of, I don't know, bad light. It's like, yes, he is. But people don't understand that if they do not go and research Q properly. If they don't understand it, they're not going to get it. Thank you, Dave. Yes, I made this one, and I've got my handmade earrings in as well, and my rings on, which I've got a few bits to show you after anyway, just thought I'd show. And it just made me laugh because I thought, yeah, it's always the people who just won't go and research. Same with the sleeping, who won't go and research it, but believe everything the news is saying. And even if they don't believe everything the news is saying, and they know stuff was corrupt in the past, they still won't go and have a look. It's like they're scared of, like, what? Do you not want to see a good future? Do you not want to see something bring the cabal down? I just don't get it. So I'm going to go into that now and just waffle on, because I don't even know who I'm giving shout outs today to. I just don't know. There is a lovely guy that I've got on contact on Facebook called, I'm sure is it Revan, I can never get the name right, but I'll probably shout that person out again. Talking a lot about energetics, energy, all sorts of different things, blood types to do with ET, extraterrestrial stuff, which I just find totally interesting. And I do think there are things I personally do not think we're alone. Yeah, there's some who probably never will get it. That's why Q did say there's some that will just end up in hospital because they're so in their analytical mind. They're so. It's not their fault. They're just so programmed. Very good programming. Very good programming. Yeah, I see it. Well, I'm going to tell you the bigger picture that I see. People might resonate, people might not. So get comfy because it could be a bit. I know a lot of you know this story, but there's a lot of new people. So growing up, I lived in the country. We were in the army, and she used to be always around nature, really, and stuff like that. Blah 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 blah. So me and my sister have always like, girls into fairies and stuff like that, into magical mystery, mythical stuff, that they put out there. Mythical's just a story. Is it? Is it? It's a bit like truth's what's the saying? Truth's weirder than truth's what's the thing? Truth's thinker than what's the saying? I'm half asleep here and it's too hot. Truth is weirder than somebody say it because it's not going to come out my mouth properly. Someone say that. Someone say it. Oh, did they? Thanks for shouting that, Red Eye Jedi. The Guardian's done a big hit piece on QAnon today. Scared much? Oh, they must be shitting themselves. And I bet they've said it's a far right, because I've had a label put under one of my videos again saying, Wikipedia is a far right conspiracy taking down. I thought, oh, hey, I've got the badge of honour yet again, because I've had quite a few of them. Yes, truth is stranger than fiction. Thank you. Couldn't get it out. And it's like, yeah, myths. A story sent down from generation to generation. It may have got twisted a little bit, like a lot of stuff did, but it doesn't mean it's not real. It's just someone telling a story, because way back when, we used to tell the story. Now we're still doing it in the form of YouTube, social media. Still the same thing, it's just a bit different. Yeah, far right, Pizzagate fully. Yeah, Pizzagate, Robbie Williams was talking about that. And it's like, oh, have we just woke up to that then? Because we were telling a few people in the Discord a few years, and they were all laughing at me again. And now they're all like, oh, and this woman who's interviewing Robbie, I'm not having a go. I'm just saying, it's like, oh, you're putting it out now, and we're doing this, and it's all getting so. Yeah, we've all been doing it. You're not just the only one that's like been putting it out. But Robbie did say, she's umming and ahhing, she doesn't know what Q is. That's all right, you don't have to. But he did say something on the lines of, she asked him, I'll try and play it, she asked him, and he said he's more on the conspiratorial side, which is great, because he knows there's something up, and she said, why? And he said something like, somewhere in my innate soul being is telling me this reality we are currently living in and being shown is false. Yes, Robbie, it is. It's always been in his head. And then he said something like, it's that. He said, he thought it was a mental illness or his intuition speaking truth to him, which it is his intuition speaking truth to him. Everyone else thinks you're mental, and sometimes you think you're mental, and then you realise you're not. And that's why the Great Awakening is a Great Awakening. It's massive, it's huge, it's more than people know, and it's not like years ago. It is, the amount of times I've shouted this out to people on here, people in real, I don't mean in real life because you're in real life, but I mean friends and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, but we know about it all, which I'm going to go into. So as I go on, I sort of won't get caught up in tracks. It'll take me 10 years to get this out. Yes, that's it. Robbie Williams' interview with Anna Breeze on YouTube was interesting. His view. Yeah, I watched a bit of it. She did me head in a bit because she obviously doesn't know what Q is, but that's not her fault. And it was like she was trying to go, yeah, well, Q, I don't understand why the media haven't talked about Q. Does she not know the media are not really going to put it out? They have apparently today, but they'll put it in a bad light. But she was working on the subject of like, I think Trump's part of Q, but it's as if she was trying to put it in a bad light. But Robbie did really well on that, and he's on the conspiracy side, so that's brilliant. But like I say, people are waking up and they wake up in their own time and they start to see things, even if they think it is a difficult path. It's not an easy path at all. If you knew it was easy, high nomad, you just wouldn't bother, would you? Just sit back and do nothing. So yeah, so like I said, always loved the films that were more fantasy than what is called true documentaries, or films that look sort of real. Was more into the fantasy stuff, like remember like the Dark Crystal, which is a spiritual thing, because this whole thing is a spiritual thing, by the way. It is where it leads you to, if you haven't already got there or know that yet. Like the Dark Crystal, as I've done a rundown on it before, the Dark Crystal was one, so you could call it one being, spiritual being, your higher self, split into two, wanted to experience both sides of duality, because this is where we are in the 3D matrix, is duality. Split off, you could say good and bad, whatever, because that's duality. And in the end, they realised that they had to come back together in a conjunction of the planets, because it's a cycle that happens every so many thousands of years, which is happening right now. It's what we're in. And when a window of time that those two sides come back together, and when they do come back together, just to put it all in one big thing quickly, they become a big spiritual light being, the true spiritual higher self, whatever you want to call it. It's like, woo! Oh, hello, is it Lena? Oh, battery's dying and I'm not home. Hey, Dolly, hope you're good. Yeah, I am, Maggie. So if I don't see you in chat, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that if I keep looking in chat, I won't get it out. So it's a hero's journey, and that is in most films. Some people laugh at that, but it is. They do put truth out in films, but the truth is normally the sci-fi, fantasy stuff that you think, yeah, well, it's not real, or horrors and stuff like that. And it's like, no, actually it is. You get more of the shitty documentaries, are there more false than certain stuff, or they put certain stuff in it. But like I said, I always, looking back now, because it's always when you're looking back, I was always a little bit defiant in things and didn't get things, and wasn't exactly like a geek, wasn't exactly like a big mouth, what do they call it, the in-person. I was just in the middle, sort of just normal, probably not knowing which way to, I don't know, used to feel uncomfortable with that whole thing of following the crowd. And I didn't actually, looking back, follow the crowd that much, looking back at people around me, only a little bit. And there were certain things I didn't get at school. Not a rebel, because you can get rebels who are more like the ones that, I went to school, that people that have left school didn't do this, didn't do that. Wasn't like, and I don't mean that in a bad sense of a proper rebel, because they're good as well. It's always like when you were at school and you didn't get things, all I loved was art, really. People might call you stupid or this, that, and the other. I am a bit dyslexic, but it's not. I think it's your innate soul knowing that what they're teaching you is bullcrap, basically. Some people go, what? It's not real stuff we need to know about. It's not really who we are. So that sort of stuff are like, feeling a bit like, oh God, why don't I get this stuff? Like this, how would you say it? Like, stuff we're being indoctrinated with. Like, oh, I don't get like this stuff. Yeah, the virus is real, the pandemic was fake, the virus is nothing more than the flu, man flu. Yeah, we all have a virus in us, and you can't catch a virus, it's within you, exactly. But it's just like, I haven't worn one, I won't wear one. Not, yeah. It's probably like your higher self sort of telling you, you don't understand for a reason. So all the people who think they're intellectually dead clever, and I'm not poo-hooing them, doesn't mean if you're clever you don't know other things. I'm just saying there's a lot of people who will look down on people like me and other people. Someone came into my channel a few years ago and said, have you got a degree to be talking about what you're talking about? What do I need a degree for? You think you're better than me because you've got a degree? A degree in what? Being brainwashed? I'm not saying that about everything, but I think you'll understand what I'm saying. What? In being brainwashed? Because it's some of those people who think they're all hoity-toity, and I'm not saying that's a load of lovely hoity-toity people who know, though, who are kind, who think because they had a big education and have got money that they think they know better than people, and they look down the noses at other people and they've been brainwashed, if you get what I'm saying. So there was all that, and then, oh, deja vu. And then before 2017, relationships and stuff and things going on where you just think, I really don't get why people are so nasty to people in relationships, why people have such big expectations on, for example, and I will talk about relationships because it's one of my, you could say, you always wake up through a trauma. This woman on that thing with Robbie Williams, she said something, it just did me head in, and I'm going to say it as it is. Oh, well, because they were talking about, is it something from your childhood, that trauma that woke you up to something to look into certain stuff, and they're talking about conspiracies. And she went, well, I haven't. And I thought, oh, good for you. It's not just about if it was a trauma in a childhood, it can be a trauma at any time of your life. And trauma isn't always like, I don't mean, there's people who have bigger traumas, if you want to call it, and I've said this before, it doesn't matter. It's something that woke you up, shocked your body out of something. Pain's pain at the end of the day. Pain's pain. Someone could go, my pain was bigger than yours because this, and this happened. It's like, yeah, that might not have happened to me, but this happened and it was still pain. I still felt it. I still cried my eyes out. I still couldn't breathe at the time of that pain was so painful. Pain's pain at the end of the day. It's like what makes people happy. Happiness is happiness. And it's not like, I've got more money than you, therefore I'm happier. Oh, well, I'm quite happy about, I don't know, I look at the flowers in my back garden when they're blooming and I think, oh my God, that gives me so much joy. Joy is still joy, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So, anyway, going off on a tangent. Hi, Effie. I can't hold resentments towards the misunderstanding and angry actions I'm getting. Yeah, you do at first. That's in the awakening, but now I'm even beginning to be like, you can't hold resentments. Like I'm saying, I'm this woman did me head in on that show. I don't hold resentment against her. It's just people. Because you've got to look at, like, you were there at one point and we all move forward. Hopefully you do. You go with the flow and you move forward. Hi, Van. You move forward. But I'm just saying it was annoying me. Can annoy me. I'm just saying, as an example anyway. Yes, Dolly, I felt the same at school. I didn't get it, why I had to learn those dumb things. Exactly. So I know you'll all resonate with some of the stuff I'm saying. So what was I saying then? Yeah, it just annoyed me. I'm just telling the truth. So yeah, that just annoyed me in the fact that trauma's trauma. My trauma was a relationship and I'm not bothered to talk about certain parts of it. So coming through the trauma of this relationship, not understanding why certain people, narcissists, have expectations on people they're with. I've done it. I've had expectations. We do it because we're programmed to believe because of the stuff you watch when you're younger, like young ones growing up, and they'll see certain things in magazines. A lot to do with celebrities, as we know. Most of it's to do with celebrities. Music, they're all celebrities. Film, TV, you know, the teenage stuff that's put out, not being funny. The what would you call it? The adult videos, you know what I'm talking about. All that sort of stuff is there to project certain expectations, like in that area, women, relationships, how you're supposed to be. That's why a lot of women, well, not even fairy tales, more that thing of, say, for example, women going after men with a lot of money, and they're not looking at, yes, we do go off attraction, but there's a lot of people out there, and it is a fact that, and men do it as well, will only go off someone for the looks and that is it, and for what's in the bank account and that is it. They're not looking at the sole person. If that person lost the job, like with what's going on now, would they still be with them? Or was that it? Looking at the wrong things, that isn't what we truly are. So, you know, I just started thinking, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's good expectations we have, because we have expectations of, as long as there's respect, trust and love in a relationship, that's brilliant. You know, you're going to have different opinions. It shouldn't always be, yes, I'm on the same wavelength level as you, and I agree with absolutely everything. Though it would be brilliant, don't get me wrong, there's people out there who have beautiful relationships and they're quite yin together. They're not even yin and yang, they're just yin together, and that's beautiful. But I'm sure even they have little, and you're allowed to have different opinions. I used to get really angry about different opinions. I'm calming down with that now. I'm realizing with my new relationship stuff like that, it's just an opinion and a different perception. But if you know that person within themselves of their higher them, the way they are, and their beliefs and the way they are with people, you and blah, 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 away from that other opinion, say, of what's going on, or politics, or whatever you want to call it, even though we all know the politics that's going on at the minute with Trump is nothing to do with politics, is good, then that's not too bad. Yeah, we are all at our own particular level with our own level of information. Yeah, and people, hang on, just let me write down where I'm at. People, I forgot what I was going to say then. I'm better alone for now. I got some real lessons, I know. Yeah, I mean, that's what's good about it at the minute with people. I mean, I'm sure some relationships have broke up in the lockdown, and I'm sure I know a lot of people that have got together in lockdown. So there's different things going on, but it is all to make you realise what you actually want, and how to look things, especially within yourself, like what you may have contributed to. I'm just using a relationship as an example, but whatever it could have been, co-workers at work, how you've treated people, or the expectations you've had on people, because it's the expectations you put on someone else because that's how you are. So you've got to realise sometimes, oh, I do it this way, so I expect you to do it that way, or believe this. When you take a step back, it's like, well, no, because they're their own person. And it is hard sometimes, but it's a beautiful thing when you can have a conversation, even if you get a bit heated, but then come back to centre and go, well, at the end of the day, blah, 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 and that's fine. And especially if you know someone's trying to get to that point as well, because everybody does. Everybody does. Yeah, if a man runs out of dollars, they're off, yeah. Collective together have most of the information we need collectively. It's why we are coming together, recognising ourselves in others. Yes, we are, Dr. B. We are. Keeping getting kicked out. Oh, you keep getting kicked out? I hope no one's kicking Nomad out. I haven't. Are you? Oh, it could be anything, It is both. It is part me. Yeah. Yeah, Dave. Red pill to a degree, but went back in the matrix. But I'll talk about that as we go on, because I can see it. So just let me write that down. Which reminds me of the film The Matrix, when that guy went back in. No, not in a bad sense, but yeah. You actually caught me live. Hi. So yeah, it's just the expectations we put on people. So I said, like, my awakening before the awakening was, I was just getting sick of, like, why do people treat people with abuse in relationships? Why this, why that? And then obviously I came to the conclusion that people do certain things in relationships because they're not happy with themselves. They'll put all the blame on the other person, narcissist. They'll put all the blame on the other person. Not saying I wasn't to blame for some things, but some things where you just think there is absolutely no need for it, not going into it. But they'll put blame on other people. They will call the person they're with this, that and the other through verbal abuse and physical abuse because they're not happy with themselves. And it's probably, I forgive this person. I do wholeheartedly, because I look back now and think, well, they're not understanding their inner self. They're lost. They're acting out because, yeah, the royals are sitting on a wealth. Not anymore. They're not. That wealth's going. That's coming back to the brave well. Yeah, insecurity. But in a way, you've got to look at that, because this is where we're all going to the end of this the awakening, it's all to do for forgiveness, and it's very hard to forgive sometimes with compassion and unconditional love. But it's that thing of when you sit and think about it, if it's someone so lost and they're not understanding their self of what truly makes her happy, and they're looking on the outside, hi Dolly, oh thank you James, like I said before, they're looking at the outer stuff of like what's in the magazines. Oh, I've got to drive a top car. Oh, I've got to have this. Oh, I've got to have that. Oh, I've got to be seen like I'm this to my mates. Oh, my partner's got to look like this. Oh, she's got to have this on. She's got to have that on. Ego. So when you're all in your ego and you're going for the rat race, as I call it, and I don't mean like it's not about you wanting nice things. You can have a nice home and nice things and be proud of what you've got and take care of it. I'm talking about overconsumption and people who just think that things of materialistic stuff and trying to outdo your next door neighbour sort of thing is what makes you happy. No, it doesn't. There's a lot of rich people like that who are not happy. You know, a lot of people go on about money and it's like, no, that doesn't matter. You can have money if you're giving back as well and doing good things. There's nothing wrong in that. But there's a lot of people that are greedy, but it's that whole thing again of they're not happy within themselves. Yeah, keeping up with Joneses, I can't be doing with it. You know, it's all like, oh, look at me and my fashionable stuff. I'm not saying you don't have to like fashion. My fashionable stuff and, oh, I've got to have this and I've got to be seen driving this car. If your car gets you from A to B, who gives a toss? Have you got your health? Because that's one of the main things. Have you got someone who really loves you? Or you've just got someone who's with you because, I don't know, you've got a really good job or... do you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you want to be in a relationship with someone who supports you? And it's not about putting each other on a pedestal. It's just who supports you and who you trust and, you know, who's going to be a friend with you as well. Instead of someone constantly putting you down. That's not a relationship. Yeah, most people are shallow and there is no loyalty. Exactly. All because, I would say, because of the TV. Celebrities, they're all put out there doing all that thing about having different partners and cheating and all that, and then it gets into people and then they all do it, and then you know what I mean, and then it's all the stuff they pump out to make it trendy, to make it look like it's normal when it's not actually normal. It hurts a lot of people, and even the people who do that cheating get hurt. They get hurt in the end and karma comes back and bites you on the ass anyway. Yeah, they lied about history in school, exactly. So there was all that going on. So basically, you know, I woke up to like, I don't understand why people are like this. I don't understand why someone would be in a relationship and want to hurt the partner physically and mentally. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that about? I'm sorry for swearing, but I am on one today. It's the heat. I'm hot. I'm getting a bit tetchy, but I'm just saying, what the F? What the F? That's no relationship. That is no relationship. So anyway, you've got all that shite, men and women. And then you've got the whole thing with the news, and that's where I was like, oh, you know, what's going on in the news? This was a few years ago. Like, why is there always doom and gloom and warring and this, that and the other in countries where we know there's been false flags and stuff going on, but we also know there is stuff going on in other countries. But what the F again is going on with this fucking world? Like, what the F? Why is it all negative? Everything's negative. Facebook, people battering other kids from school, filming it, putting it on Facebook. Oh, we've all got to like and share. To trigger people off, to be desensitised to it all, to think it's normal to go around being nasty to people and not kind. You get the odd one now and again, a nice little video to be positive, but most of the stuff is shit. So I just started switching the TV off and thought, no, I'm not really sorry, Dave, I'm not really sorry. I'm not watching it. That black box in the corner, what the F is that about? Started to feel a bit better, but there was still something niggling because I've always believed in spirit and creator. I'd say source. Some people say God. I can say God a bit more now because I just see it as source, but universe, whatever you want to call it. And then, you know, that sort of stuff. Felt energies, you know, but didn't see them, but I do now. Especially through the tech that we have, different realms that are there. And then my dad said, some of you know Waxman, he's not been in for a bit. Well, if you want to know the truth, this was in 2017. Go and watch We the People 24/7. So sorry, I'm not really looking in chat. Yeah, go for it. Oh, I will. Which I did watch for a bit. And it was Gran Torino. If you know Gran Torino, I've been on his channel ages ago doing a thing on JFK Jr. Whoop whoop, which yes, I'm still into. And Daddy Dragon was on there. If you know Daddy Dragon. So he knows me. So does Gran Torino. And then I came off that because they just weren't talking about certain things. They just wouldn't. They just went. They used to say hi all the time on live chats when I used to come in, and then they went quiet when I started mentioning JFK Jr. And I just didn't get it. It's like a lot of us know about it. Why are you not talking about it? And I think there's a lot of channels out there that didn't because they wanted to be a proper news channel and they weren't that sure. You know, people might think they're batshit crazy, but I was like, don't give a toss. I'll talk about anything and everything, even if people think it's batshit crazy. Even if some of it does turn out to be batshit crazy, I'm not really bothered. I just talk about what I want to talk about, and I'm not going to be stopped or anything. I'll just talk about anything. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But same here, Dolly, no TV. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, got onto a few more different Q channels because there's a lot going about. That's why people have to be really careful what sort of Q channel they're watching, thinking like Anonymous is Q and all that. No. So we've got like the only ones I will watch now, which I don't watch a lot because I'm just watching it all unfold, is Space Shot 76, X22 Report, and some others. Really, really, really good if you really want to know what's going on. And I think X22 Report does financial news and another one, so they do two. Stepdaughter's highly desensitized about sex is very, very worrying. Yeah, it is, and people don't even know that what they got into with that there. You know, people will laugh, but they did. She will have a headache from a face mask because she is cutting her air off, her oxygen, and it's all bullshit anyway. There is an actual thing out there for human rights that says it's against the law, like it's against human rights to be wearing a face mask because it cuts your air off. I mean, yes, if she's at work, she's had to wear it somewhere, but basically if she's going out, she doesn't need one. She's not going to catch it. She ain't going to catch it. Vitamin C, vitamin D, get some sunshine, get some bleeding air in your lungs. Yeah, Snapchat is bad. It is. It's all that stuff, you know. People use it, but there is agendas behind it. Yeah, let your nose out. Yeah, but you've got to get it in through your mouth as well. It's all the same with different name, God, spiritually conscious. Yes, it is. It's what resonates with the individual. Hard to be 100% certain in the true name. Yeah, that's why I always say source. But when people say source, God, universe, whatever, it's the same thing to me. That's why I hate saying certain things because words just get everyone triggered. But it is, and it's a spiritual war we're in. It's a spiritual war we're in. So, hi King. So, let me have a drink of water. So, yeah. So, I started watching Q channels. Obviously, I was going on the Q boards, and there was Neon Revolt who used to do a really good thing. You could go and, you know, really in depth. We used to be well into it. If most of you know me from way back, I was talking about it every day, screaming about it, shouting about it, going on about JFK Jr. and everything. And then I've calmed down a lot now because I'm witnessing. I don't even need to. I'm witnessing what's going on, and I do need to read a great Q post out as well with the digital army out there, patriots around the world. So, hi Aphrodite. So, yeah. Then I came across Roxanne, the globalist denier, and all them lot off that side, and Rich and everyone, and hoping to talk to her soon because I've not spoken to her for a bit. And she didn't used to talk about Q that much. I used to talk about Q a little bit more, bring it up, but now she is hammering it out. you know, because we were shouting about that a while back. I got into I did a video on Tommy Robinson ages ago, got about 14,000 views, and then I got a load of strife off that. Then I went into, I'm gonna say it, a Discord with Reverend Simon Sideways, if anyone knows him from the UK, and then got absolutely annihilated in there with me talking about Q, them taking the piss, them thinking it wasn't real, saying it was mad. There was a few people in there that knew, and a few people in there that knew about Q, but basically taking the mick all the time, kept saying, oh, this is happening, this, you said this is happening. Yeah, because I got it wrong, because it weren't for the dates we thought it was, it's happening now. But there are some of them people that have come to the conclusion of Q now. But basically in Discord is crap, because Discord is called Discord for a reason. People just arguing there, and I'm sorry, it was a lot of men that were going up against, I was going up against with Q, thinking they knew it all and they were very intellectual. And they used to get really, they did give me a Q room in there, but it's like sort of stay in there and don't talk about it. Didn't want to look at it, but like I said before, the daft thing was a lot of them were pro-Trump, and I was trying to tell them Trump's part of Q, and they were saying Q's a psyop, and I'm like, have you even looked at it? But they wouldn't look at it because they didn't get it. And most don't if you weren't there at the beginning, and you have to go right back to the beginning to see it all. I go through all the proofs, because there are bloody proofs there. For all the people who are whinging about, oh, I want proof, go back to the beginning and research your self, and you might see. So they didn't want to, basically, and it's that thing, yeah, they were all wrong, exactly. And it's not even that thing of like, I told you so, oh, it's going to be, it's just like, in denial, can't be bothered, too lazy to go and research. Sorry, but that's how I feel. I feel like expressing this today, because it's too hot. And when I get hot, I get a bit narky. So, that's my excuse. So, yeah, I went through all of that and then thought, I'm not even staying in there anymore. You've got people asleep in there. But I'm still on there, sort of, because there's people that were into Q, and I just check on what they're talking about. And there's some of you that I have spoken to in there just to be in communication with some people. The White Hat Report with, a White Hat Report. Sounds familiar, I don't know, because I used to watch that much. Yeah, so hot. Yeah, so hot in the UK. Dolly, I was pissed off about JFK Jr., but now I get it, and we are winning. Yeah, JFK Jr. is here. It's just, it's that whole thing again. I believe the Q site itself is from the Department of Defence. The Q is high up intelligence, what do they call it? High up clearance military, but it's also energy clearance. Energy. Whoop, 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 whoop. Just think about Nikola Tesla. And I think about energy, I think about Nikola Tesla. So, and it's the white hats and the gears. So, yeah, the whole thing of people moaning about, oh, he said it was going to happen here. Oh, why are we waiting? Oh, why is it taking too long? Too long? Too long? Too long? Nearly 4 years of however a lot of Trump's been in, going after these bastards, the cabal, who have been in since God knows when. You know, and they've tried to take it down since JFK. JFK was talking about secret societies and probably UFO stuff and everything. Wanted to get it out. But, you know what I mean? Got shut up, didn't he? Certain stuff they wanted to bring out. And if you look at it, if you know what's on the Q map, it's absolutely massive. Lady Justice, yeah, I might have heard of her. There's so many good people out there. I think Baron Trump is the Time Traveller. I've got the book, Baron Trump's Magical Adventures Underground or whatever. Yeah, there's all that, and he looks like Baron Trump on the book. And the first one was, I think, written in, was it in the 1900s or something? Something bonkers like that. Yeah, JFK Jr. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with JFK Jr., but I know he's here. I know that there was a plan put together. Some people sort of say, Diana as well, because she knew JFK Jr., but just saying. We've been in bullshit for hundreds of years. We have been in bullshit for hundreds of years. People think you're batshit crazy. What are you talking about? History's not real. I'm not saying all of it's not real. I'm saying it's twisted. Because whoever was winning at the time, his story, the victor, writes the story. Can't wait for this one to be written. The Great Awakening. When everyone gets triggered by it. Donald Trump Jr. I think Roxanne just got that book the other day. My dad got me that for my birthday, and I got this myself a couple of years ago, just for the sake of having it, because this, The Great Awakening, is going to be the story, the greatest story ever told. Never mind the Bible, if you're into that. The greatest story ever told. It's not called The Great Awakening for nothing. It's not like, oh yeah, we're just awakening to some bits. No, you're awakening to everything that ever was. Which I'll go into in a minute, but The Great Awakening's more than people know, but as I said, right. Spirit's talking. I just didn't put it right. So, stay. So, yeah, the whole thing with me waking up to all the truths of the kids being trafficked, adrenochrome, all that stuff, that's not nice. Yes, a lot of us know you have to see the dark to see the light. And it's funny because Robbie Williams was quoting quite a lot of stuff off cue. He's like, dark to light, end at tunnel. I thought, oh, aye, you're trying to get it out there, Robbie. Oh. But what I'm saying is, to me, the Great Awakening is not called the Great Awakening because people go, yeah, well, we know about parts of the government. I'm not saying it's everyone in the government, everyone in the military. I'm talking about the high-ups. People go, now this is people that I've encountered on my awakening of me waking up after they woke up. So they'll go years back. Yeah, well, we've known this. Yeah, well, yeah, we've known the government's blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we know this is going on. Yeah, we know there's been kids trying. Well, yeah, but what can you do about, like, there's you know, these people have been in control forever and that's the way it's always going to be. Really? Does it have to be? No. Not when the world wakes up, and it doesn't need to be the whole of the world because there's going to be some that don't. They'll need to go to hospital, but quite a good number of people. I see it personally as these people, yeah, Spirit's talking for sure, yeah, these people... yeah, they're right, but they went back to sleep in the Matrix, just like in the film when the traitor in the Matrix, who was a friend, goes back into the Matrix and he's there eating a steak. Do you remember? I had to watch it the other day. I had to watch the Matrix again, follow the white rabbit at the beginning of it. It doesn't mean it's literally like that, like we're unplugging ourselves out of them big things we're in. You're plugging yourself out of the frigging system, frigging thing they've put us in. I agree, it feels like the time is upon us, and it's like the Mayan thing or whatever, but if it was out of date or whatever, but there is a time, and this is the time. There is progress. Yeah, and there's progress happening. There's loads waking up to it. My big thing is, I say to these people, yes, when I started speaking out on YouTube about this, because I've been on YouTube and I didn't know why I was coming on YouTube, it was out of a trauma. I came on YouTube to just talk to people. I know why now. I don't think... yeah, Project Looking Glass is always on. Yeah, I know why now. I know it sounds a bit mad, but I think I was meant to come on YouTube to, I don't know, talk about what I'm talking about, because there's loads of great people in the chat. Trump is waiting for October's... yeah, there's lots going on, yeah, with all that. There's loads of things coming, you know, bit more hard stuff, bit more painful stuff, but there's great stuff coming. But my whole thing on it is to these people who I encountered on YouTube, like, yeah, Dolly, we know about it. Ooh. Yeah, they said 2012 at this time, but 2012 is really 2020. It's really 2020. So they started waking up. A lot of people started waking up in 2012, but 2020, eyes to see and all that. 2020 vision goes off numbers and numerology and all that. But to these people, they come on and go, oh, Dolly, you know, Trump's this, oh, Q's a big psyop, blah, blah. Yeah, we know about this, we know. Yeah, you do know about that. But a lot of you went back to sleep, because I've heard this out of people's mouths saying, yeah, but you can't do anything. They'll always be in control. So what can you do? Just live your life and be happy. Yeah, that's brilliant, because that's sort of you not playing to the system of, you know, certain stuff, so you're just trying to live your life the best you can. So a lot of people have done that, even years before, 50 years ago, whatever. People have died knowing this and haven't been here to see this happening. Well, they will in the spirit realms, seeing this great thing happening in the times we're in now. Yes, you were, Dolly. You were meant to help others. I know you. Oh, thank you, Effie. And they sort of went back to sleep because they have. It's like they thought they knew everything, so they'd call Q a psyop, for example. It's just another tool to wake people up to stuff they knew, but obviously more, because times moved on. You go with the flow, things change, so things did change. So what they thought they knew, there's more stuff than that. So they went back to sleep and be shouting out to people. It's like, if the time, there would be a time in time when, what is time? When we the people will wake up, because this was even prophesized. Well, we are. And if people out there can't, some people out there will not look at what's going on. Yes, you have to look at a bit of the news of what's going on, but not unfolding. What's happening all over the world right now with rights up just everywhere. And people are like, oh yeah, but nothing's happening. It's like, what? Nothing's happening. Yeah, it's under the thing of a lockdown and a virus. No. And it's like, yeah, need all hands on the deck. All hands are on the deck. And it's like, there's a silent minority. They say there's a silent, what is it? A silent majority, whatever. There's a massive majority of people that are into Trump and Q that don't like saying because they're scared that people are going to see them as a, but lots more people are speaking it now. Throat chakra. They're speaking the truth. Don't be afraid of your truth, of what you believe, because you're going to look like a conspiracy nutcase. Wear the badge proudly. Wear the badge proudly. What I've seen 30 years ago in the looking glass has not changed. It's just bunkers. I don't get what you're saying there, Jess. People who say just live your life, be happy, are being made less happy by the system they ignore. Exactly, DW. I think that as well. A lot of people say live your life and be happy. Don't understand that. Personally, what I think is, yeah, it's not about we're miserable. It's about when people come to the truth, you'll be able to live your life actually when we get through it and have other solutions better, proper happily, not stuck in the system. You'll be free. But like I said, way back, they would have said that because they were looking around thinking there's not a lot of people awake to this, which there wasn't, or there was, but everyone thought that. And the thing is, like I've said, it was hard to get the truth out back in the day. But because we have phones and laptops and computers and all that, we get stuff out. And that's why people will say, yeah, but social media's the same thing. I'm like, yeah, Naza Gazette, I can never say it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. They'll go, yeah, but social media, it's on social media as well. You're talking about MSN. Well, that's social media. Yes, it is. Like what I'm on now, I'm on a social media platform. But the big mistake they made is we've got normal people talking the truths, talking about stuff they're seeing in the street. Like when they put the Bournemouth picture up in the UK the other day saying it was hot. Look at all these stupid people on the beach. That picture was taken about a year or 2 years ago. That is not the picture taken from Bournemouth. People who lived down said there was people on the beach, but they were distancing because they're lying, as we all know. Yeah, we're using it against them, and that's why the world is waking up, because of the technology we've got. It's being used against them. I know what looking glass is. I don't know what you've seen in I don't know what you've seen. What I'm saying is things change. A timeline isn't set. Nothing's set in stone. Things are changing. People are waking up, and we are going to a new way, golden age, whatever you want to call it, new solutions. Because if you're looking, there's loads of people waking up. You know, they'll say different things, but they all want the same thing, freedom. And they're all coming to that, you know, that way of thinking. They're remembering, they're knowing, they're remembering themselves as well. They're going within. They're starting to do the work within, because one of the biggest things of this whole awakening is spiritual. You've never not been spiritual. They've just tried to distract you from it. Who you truly are. Knowing that there is a source, a force, a creator, God out there. Knowing that we've been deceived. Knowing that it's been a war on our minds. Knowing that they went through everything, mind, body and spirit, food, water, everything. and the last one was spirit. But I think they forgot our spirit is, in some people, is so strong. End oil wars, free energy will allow life as our creator intended. Exactly, AA. And I said that to someone yesterday. I said, we don't need oil. We don't need to rape Mother Earth of her blood or whatever, because the free energy, it's electrical universe. We've got magnetism, earth and electrical ether, magnetic, what do you say, magnetic electrical beings we are as well. We've got all that. Tesla knew that. So free energy is going to be absolutely frigging amazing. But all this stuff has to be dripped in to the people because the brains are going to explode. You can't, and that's why I said you can't just chuck chuck the truth for everyone all at once, because there's too much of it anyway. It's got to be trickled down so they can process it. And that's what's happening with little snippets they're hearing about this and this. Tom Hanks, this and this, blah, 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 blah. So it slowly gets in there. So when it does come out and they see certain things going down or arrest, it's not going to be a massive shock, but a lot of it is going to be a shock. Unity in truth and unity in spirit. Exactly. So, you know, it's all going on. Yeah, and the Nazara, I can never say it. Nazara and Gazara. I can never say it. You've had a lot of people going on about it, many different things. Some are a bit more out there than others. But basically, I do think won't have taxes on food and certain essentials, and certain stuff will be let go of, and certain debts and all that, because, you know, they've made wars to have debts on countries so people don't prosper in countries. We know that. Certain things, it's like Tesla, was for humanity, free energy. It's free energy, we don't have to be paying for it. Yeah, we might have to pay a little thing for, I don't know, but it's free energy, and we're free energy, so it's a double thing as well. Free the energy. We are the energy of certain entities out there, corporations. They feed off our energy. This is why I've said before, when you're getting all up in your energy, you know, with what's going on, what you're seeing, they're feeding off that. When it's a negative, they feed off the negative energy. So, yeah. Do you think 13 families will be hung? There's a lot of chat going on about, oh, such and such body's been, you know, gone. And I don't really know, but I think they're all going down, yeah, I do. I really do. I really do. I don't even think some of them are, what you'd say, human. I don't. 2022 will be the true age of enlightenment. Yeah. Because like I said, we've still got a few years with what's going on. It's going to be going on for a bit. But the truth of people waking up, it's happening. It's happening. But they've still got to go through that process of the journey, going within, doing the work for what's coming. So when we do have these more new ways coming and new technologies, we're wanting to go to be healthier. And I think we're going to have a lot of things that are going to take us back to health and rejuvenate, as I do believe we actually live longer than we're meant to. So I think you get a lot of them elites who seem to live a bit longer, but I do believe we do live a bit longer. Takes the bright lights, makeup and cameras away from the celebs, and then nothing. They are nothing. I never got the thing of how people get so like in awe of celebrities. It's like, they're just, well, I'm going to say they're just a person. But you are going to see a lot of celebrities starting to speak out. Ricky Gervais, watching him the other night, he was good, going on about celebs. Robbie's talking about certain things. There's certain people that may have done certain things in that, you know, sell your soul thing, that you're going to have to forgive, because when you look deeply into it, even some from the families were born into it. They thought it was normal. So you do have to look at it from a level a little bit like that, because in the end, the level that you're going to go to, Christ consciousness, is about forgiving and unconditional love. Yeah, sounds mad that, doesn't it? But everyone out there is you, and everyone out there is a part of God's source. God is you, you're a part of source, so everyone you look at is you, is source. So I heard The Rock Johnson is dead, being hung. I don't know. I've not been watching a lot, but I know, yeah, it's mad, because, you know, if some of these are true, I'm not saying they are. You know, there's a lot of shit going on and people saying different things, but there's a lot of people, like I said, this is what's going to get a lot. The most people it's going to get is the people who are really into the films and celebrities and sports people, celebrities basically, off film, whatever, anything, just celebrities that you really, really idolise. You know, I was watching a film with him in the other night, and it was a good film, and I was but all the way through it, I was thinking, I wonder if he's for that side or if he's for that side, but he's probably not. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of them who want to break free, and there's a lot of them who are breaking free. Robbie knows plenty for real. I know Robbie does. You can tell he does, and you can tell the way he's sort of putting it across. He's not saying too much at the minute. I think he actually could be into Q, and he's been following it. That woman, the interview she didn't know nothing about Q. She's like, yeah, she needs to research a bit more. But like I said, we're all at different. It's not levels. We're just all at different stages. Watch Robbie Williams. I watched it, Marie. I watched it. Yeah, I don't know if anyone can find it again. It was Robbie Williams with the. And I'll play a bit now. Actually, she just got on my tits a bit. I'm just being truthful. She got on my tits a bit, but that's okay. I'm just a bit hot today. She got on my tits. We talk about my Q. Because she said the whole saviour thing. I'm sick of people saying that. Everyone goes, you think Q's a saviour? There's a lot of people on Q that think Q and Trump is a saviour. It's not that. It's a tool to help us be our own saviours. You know, I've never said they're a saviour, but that's what people assume. And it depends what Q stuff they're watching as well. Depends, because there's a lot of channels out there who were like, you know, and it's like, yeah. But she can't understand why. They always go after Trump on the media when she can't understand why Q isn't in the media. Then she talked about the video Out of the Shadows. Well, why has that been put up? Well, it's been put up on YouTube. I don't think it was actually on mainstream media, was it? But just a bit where you're just thinking, oh my God, do you know what's going on? But anyway, I'll find a bit of it. Because like I said, there was a bit of it that I loved what he said. And then he's been in that industry, so they do know. So there's going to be a lot of people talking out, starting to talk out. And even if you find out they have done things, they're going to need forgiveness in a sense of, like I said, some people were blackmailed. Let's see. Right, yeah, it's this one here.
You know, I do think we're going in the right.
See.
Whether we.
So it is that it's monetary.
I think the algorithms and what we see.
Part of the conversation are incredibly clever, always have been, and all. We are progressing. We are progressing at a speed that's never been reached before, and it's daily.
We're at a speed that's never been reached before because we've got the internet. Got the Ethernet as well. That's why the Great Awakening's happening more and more every day. Hi, JP.
That whistleblower.
Police officers all the way through.
Hang on.
And
Yeah, I've heard that too. You know. Yeah.
They're talking about certain things with kids and certain things that happen with kids and this, that, like they're just coming across it. Well, we've been shouting out about this for ages, but it's nice to see people waking up. But there was certain thing he said.
Does obvious horrifyingly exist, you know. Do I think the whole of the music industry and the whole of Hollywood are protecting these people? No, I don't. Do I think that the same amount of paedophiles exist in most lines of work? Yeah, I do. Probably the same amount in different places, you know. Do I think there's a satanic element to this? Yeah, I do.
Go on, Robbie.
I can't believe.
Yeah, that's right, Marion. Not all of Hollywood are in it. It's not all celebrities. Everyone thinks it's all celebrities. There's some that don't get to the top ranks and they just stay where they are. You know what I mean? There was some that got into it and didn't realise getting into it, and there's some that just went into it and weren't bothered. But they're going to be talking out, because if people start talking out more, that means they know the cabal is falling, which they have anyway, and they can start speaking out because they're not in fear anymore. And I think you're going to see a lot of that over the coming weeks.
Believe that, but I feel as though I have a knowing. That being said, I will
Yes, Jess, the Ethernet is that, and then this is the one down here is the internet.
go back to what I've been harking on about. It doesn't mean that we can add 2 and 2 together and get 666 every time. There needs to be fact. There needs to be that whistleblower that leads to that whistleblower. And it's happening. The conversation now cannot be stopped because of this this instrument that we're talking into. You know, we are progressing. We are progressing
Yeah, Robbie
at a
knows.
speed that's never been reached before, and it's daily.
Do you think about it? Even if there were celebrities that sort of might have known stuff, but they haven't actually seen certain stuff, but they sort of knew. I mean, you only have to look at Brian Harvey, what went on with him. If you knew how deep they had the grip on the world, you're not really going to speak out that much, are you? Because you know it's just like, oh, I'm just going to get on with my life, which is what I said about people before knowing about certain stuff, the government and this and even they've just gone, oh, I'll just go back into the matrix. It's easier than having a load of strife because people have had a load of strife over it. People have been killed over it. People have been blackmailed. People have, you know, all sorts.
You know, and it's if it
You're
wasn't
the CEO of a big company and you say, we've got, you go onto the TV now and you
Let me
do
find
an
it.
interview and you.
No, but let's just say for a moment there is the powers that be that are incredibly clever, always have been, and always will be. How do you know that the powers that be aren't in control of your particular brand of truth?
See, they go on about that because how do you know your particular brand of truth? I say you feel it. You feel it. You feel it. But where's the bit?
How do you know that they're not the...
How's that allowed to go on new media? I call it new media, Google and Facebook. Yet other information is suppressed, especially in relation.
That's massive, waiting for a documentary like that.
They were talking about Out of the Shadows.
It's an evolutionary correction. We'll either don't trust information, maybe, and we can make that decision now for the future whether we change in it. And I know it's really late there, Robbie,
And if I do have a knowing within me, we are going in the right direction. Is how it feels. You know,
He says little quotes like "it can't be stopped" and "dark to light," and I thought,
I think there'll be more pain to come.
More pain to come, as we know.
But that saying goes, you know, it's darkest just before the light, or whatever the saying is. You know,
Darkest just before the light. Easy. I think he's been watching. Hang on.
I do think we're going in the right direction, and truth is springing up in whatever shape it is all over the frigging place right
Yes,
now.
it is. Yes, it is.
It's
Yes,
never
it
come
is.
out as quickly as right now. I think we're going in the right direction.
And that's why I keep saying more and more people are waking up. People can't sit and say, no, it's not happening. Yes, it is. And it's happening very fast. That's what inspired me to get back on it. But he said something. Hang on.
So we've got, you go onto the TV now.
Clever, always have been, and always will be. How do you know that the powers that be aren't speed that's never been reached before? And it harking on about, it doesn't mean that we can add 2 and 2, but I have a knowing. Yeah, I do. You know. Yeah, I do. Probably the same amount in different places.
Trying to find.
You know.
Hang on.
Do I think there's a satanic element to this? Yeah, I do. You know, there needs to be that whistleblower that leads to that whistleblower.
You know you're having to cover
the powers that be.
Well, Winston Churchill wasn't good, was he?
Wanting
Just
control
of
your particular brand of truth. It's just taken its sweet time, but it always has taken its sweet time.
You say you don't want to lead this or die on that hill, but you're speaking a sense to people, and that's
but Anna,
they will follow you and they will listen to you now, Rob.
They will follow you and they will listen to you. What? Because he's a celebrity. There's a lot of amazing people out there doing this, and they've been doing it before they started speaking out. So big up us as well.
The destabilisation of society if we don't believe information, if we don't trust information. Maybe we are literally in a position of power now where we can change the future.
Of course
where we are
can.
digital soldiers, mobile journalists, citizen journalists, we can have influence.
Talk about digital soldiers, and they shouldn't be looking into Q.
Wanting control of your...
Available for me to see there, but they've got a different...
Like I said, check it out, because I can't find the bit where he said about his intuition and all that. It was great. Like I said, she did me head in a bit, but that's fine. Hi, Martin. So, yeah, there was all that. And this is what I've been saying when I've been shouting out to people. That's why it took so long. That's why it's taking time. Think of all the people in the world that have to wake up to not nice stuff. It's massive. Did you know Anna Breeze worked for the Rothschilds? Did she? Well, I mean, don't forget, there might have been people that working for people that didn't know stuff. It doesn't mean that everybody knows. But like I said, I didn't really resonate with her per se. It doesn't mean she's a bad person. It just, like, I don't know. I've checked her channel out. But like I said, she needs to research Q a little bit more and understand. I mean, surely she knows what mainstream media is. She can't understand why QAnon's not been talking about me. That's what got me. I was like, what? Anyway, watch this space with all that. Like I said, more celebrities will be coming out. But this is why I've always said, a lot of you in chat have got triggered before when I've been saying it took a long time, because it is massive. 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 We've been in power for a long time. This is what I say to the people before, who, yes, you might have known years ago, and I only woke up to that sort of stuff in 2017, or just before that, and then found out that stuff. Obviously, then it came into the whole spiritual thing, because I had to look at myself, and I had been doing for 5 years, still getting triggered with a lot of people and a lot of stuff, but dropping off that whole do what everyone else does bollocks and this, that and the other. And then if you all remember, I did the picture with the woman with the orbs. Then I start seeing orbs and energy and film it, and people go, it's dust. It's to some people. She hates Trump. Yeah, that's why I didn't resonate with her, but she obviously doesn't understand, but she might come round to that, whatever. But that's what I didn't resonate with. But that doesn't mean she's, wrong or whatever in certain ways. Some people just don't see it yet. Well, I'll keep watching, see what happens there. And then some people say, oh, it's dust. Remember, there's certain technology we're going to have that will make you be able to see through different realms and stuff like that. I know the communicating, and I know the stuff going on beyond the realm, because because I'm experiencing it. If you're not experiencing it, you're going to say it's not real. Or maybe that's because you're not tuned in. Also, what a shout out. I can't remember who sent it me. Someone sent me on Facebook. Yeah, but King, you've got to remember, you've got to let Google, YouTube, Facebook dig the little hole with mainstream media. They're going to get switched off, turned down or whatever, or they'll take over, because he probably owns them. You've got to let them dig their own hole. Mainstream media is digging their own hole. You've got to remember, Q said the people can't be told, they've got to be shown. So you've got to let this play out a bit of, yes, there's people being censored, this, that and the other, to show people what's actually going on first, before the stuff comes where I believe in the end nothing will be on. There'll be like one channel or something, and they'll just be put the truth on, or whether you want to see that or not, everyone's going to be watching anyway. Laugh out loud, people actually think it's dust. I know, don't get me wrong, there's dust there. If you jump up and down, you'll get little orby bits of dust and that, but you can clearly see an orb, energy, spirit, whatever you want to say it is, multi-dimensional being of light, photonic light, from dust. Because I can, just want to say that, I can, and I don't need anyone, saying, oh, it's like, yeah, that's my experience, because I actually communicate with them, as mad as that sounds, because they do flash and stuff. It's our energy. We admit energy, and we transmute it, and we're trying to transmute energies. And someone said to me today, I think it was Raven, I can't remember, sorry if you do end up watching, from America, another great guy that was on one of Laura Eisenhower videos, which I might just try and find now and show you. A lot of people who don't sleep at night are like, I can't remember if he said, good at transmuting the energy, that's why they don't sleep. I never sleep. Fine, and at the minute I don't, because it's too hot as well. But let me just see if it was Laura Eisenhower. I'm sure it was one of the videos. Yeah, these two guys. Well, I'll show you which guy it was.
Hard hitting, bold, but full of love, and just the
this
light
guy,
warriors of
in
the
contact
truth.
with him Spoke to him
I don't know
today.
if it's even a truth
We had a
community.
little chat
Whatever
over
it
the
is. Anyway.
audio thing.
Okay,
but yeah.
Jermaine Chavez is a 35-year-old light worker. He's actually a Sagittarius.
Yeah, it's
And
Jermaine,
he
I think.
pursues the truth like a predator
Jermaine,
pursues
sorry.
its prey. And it is so true. He was told he was a green dragon in one of his past lives. He's definitely outrageous. He's super controversial at the same time. He does not hold anything back, which is what I love about him.
Yeah, thank you for someone saying, no, it's not dust because my dog sees them. Animals see them. So, you know.
And he doesn't give a damn about political correctness.
Talking about that. I had a really good picture to show you. I don't know where it is at the minute. Oh, hang on, unless it's here. No. I had a picture to show you actually. When I was 30, me and my sister were stood in a room, and it'll show you me and my sister and an orb above. I think it was between us, and I was thinking about my granddad who passed away at that time. So just saying, but yeah, about animals seeing it, and that's good. But yeah, I had a mini conversation with Jermaine today actually from America, which was interesting.
He's one of the realest people you'll ever meet on this planet. He's a true rebel in every sense of the word, and he'll just be very honest with you. He's determined to get full ET disclosure and secured to the true freedom of humanity.
He's on Facebook as well.
He makes this promise to himself. So if everyone else loses hope, as long as he's alive in third density,
I like Laura
we will
Eisenhower.
strive. We will still have hope left.
Yeah.
He is risking his life, and but the risk is well worth the reward. Oh gosh, yes, so awesome. And then we've got Scott Savoy.
So I love her because I think she's easy to understand. I think she's genuine. I don't care what other people say. People that she's got on, I tend to like. People that she does round tables with, I tend to like. Magenta Pixie and Jen and all the other people that I'm watching. They've been doing round tables lately. Beautiful. People get triggered by people just because they're saying different things with different, analogies and whatever you call them. And it's because someone's not said it their way. They get triggered. But yeah, I'm on Facebook with them now. Got speaking to him today, and it just, like I said, beautiful light workers all over. All come in different shapes and sizes and colours. It's brilliant.
And he is a researcher, a truth seeker, and light warrior.
And I think I was on Facebook the other day and I'd said something and he'd shared it on his channel saying, I'm going to share it because you're telling the truth. You're standing up, you're telling the truth. And I was like, can't remember what I was talking about actually. It's probably like switch the mainstream media off, blah, blah, blah.
On a mission to liberate the co-creative consciousness of the masses. He brings a unique perspective to disclosure, shedding light on the social engineering and nefarious agendas that the population faces. So these guys are very partnered up and very aligned in their missions, and they do co-create a lot together. So yes, this is it. I mean, it's so raw, and I don't even know where to begin. I mean, we're looking at a crazy world, like next level crazy. It's instead of second wave, it's like second level crazy coming in, right?
Indeed.
So talk to us a little bit about what you guys are noticing. I mean, obviously, we've gone from the pandemic to, just sort of this, like, almost engineered race war going on. I mean, I just would love to have your perspective. There's a lot of differing opinions about everything. But I want to hand it over to you guys.
Well, I personally think it's definitely engineered. Now, they're playing on a lot of deep-seated wounds that still exist, but at the same time, it's manufactured from the beginning. Me and Jermaine fully believe that the whole George Floyd killing was a psyop, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a psyop. Exactly.
Oh yeah, that I can just see about Jedward in chat. I'm not surprised.
I don't know what the parameters were. I don't know if they staged it. I don't know if George Floyd was really dead, but there's a lot of things that go into it. Like the fact that he has a lot of Freemasonry in his background. All the players knew each other.
George Floyd held a gun to a black pregnant woman's belly as well, if you didn't know.
There's a guy that claims to be George Floyd's lawyer that says he died 3 years ago. Like he had a big tattoo on his chest, a Freemason tattoo, and then in the video, this guy has no tattoo on him. I mean, there's just a lot of things. Just go on and on.
We are JJ Jedi.
Yeah, 2 things stinks. Okay, 3 things. I think we got a false flag.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a psyop. Going back to the pandemics, what we thought, because of course we were looking at, it wasn't just Dave Wilcock intel, it was other intel saying that they was going to red pill people for
I
life.
think they were talking about Trump because Junior, I think it was Junior, did an interview with his dad about Area 51 and this, that and the other, and said, you know, are you going to disclose or whatever? And he just sort of said, oh, it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like, you know, it's interesting.
10-hour shift or something, 8-hour shift. And they was going to shut down the internet, all that. I still think that's all on the table because we moving in the most chaotic period of this liberation where anything can manifest. And so I'm keeping my mind open about a lot of things. And like I said, I think the Alliance is trying to do that. Something happened during the pandemic, the quarantine, where they couldn't pull it off. We had rumors that they was rescuing children. It looked like some of those rumors might be true because it keeps staying around. I know from experience, when rumors start, having staying power, then it gonna lead to the truth. And so they were rescuing children. Alex Carr even said this. There was a global operation white hat operation to free the children. So he talked about Dulce. He said that there was an operation to free children that was in the cages. And we know from Thomas Costello's story that the reptilians, some of the working class Dracos was trying to help free those that was slaves there, kidnapped.
But you can go and watch it. Some of you will resonate, some of you won't, because they do talk about Draco reptilians. You might not be into that. I am actually into that because I'm open-minded to who the frick knows what's going on here. You think you do because you were taught history at school. Really? By who? Where are these bloodline families from? He does talk about, not on there, but he has asked me what blood type you are. Could be a lot to do with certain things, with certain extraterrestrials. I'm like, I don't even know what mine is. It's not even on my birth certificate. I don't know. I need to find out. Do I ring them up? Because I ain't going in. I'm not going in. They'll probably jab me with something. Tell me to wear a mask and then bloody jab you with the bloody flipping flu jab or something. Brian Collins, hey guys, I found Dolly here from you. Huh? Yes, Paul from Newcastle. I just went through the whole Robbie Williams interview on YouTube. Like I said, it was good. Didn't really resonate with the lady. Not saying I don't like her, I'm just saying, she needs to get on the ball a bit with a few things. But yeah, it's all good. Like I said, doesn't really matter. Even if she's not into it, it's still putting light on Q and Trump. So people are hearing it. People are hearing Q. A lot of people years ago that didn't like hearing it are hearing it even more, and I said they would, so that just makes me laugh because I'm just like, well, here's a poem a lovely guy, I think from Newcastle, wrote, and someone sent it me, sorry I can't remember who it was, on Facebook, and I'm going to play it because I think they've tried to censor it, and I'm going to read my poem out. So like I said, there's things beyond the awakening that are more bigger than people know it is, multidimensional things going on at so many different levels of consciousness, and it is all about spirit, God source, blah 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 blah. Right, I'm going to find it. So there we go.
It's a shrine to working class life, right?
Poem.
This poem goes out to the handful, relatively small number in comparison with 7 billion people in the world, but this goes out to all those globalists in the world, or that small group of globalists in the world that have divided us and conquered us for so long.
Yeah, remember, small small, but they use minions. Once the minions are took out, which is what's happening, as well as them, why they've been locked down. Bye-bye.
And who are trying to do so more than ever now. I hope I don't make any mistakes for you. I'll try not. But here's my poem.
Yes, Effie, they do
The right
need
to
us
hate.
more.
You tell me what I can't say. You censor what I can. You say I'm offensive because I believe my eyes, and I say I see a woman, not a man. You call me thick and racist for not wanting to be a part of a rich man's club in Europe, or a global new world order with no soul or guts or heart. You throw at me the slave trade. You tell me my 4-year-old grandson is to blame. You point your branding, accusing, intolerant fingers and tell me to hang my head in shame. I'm free to have opinions as long as they fall in line with yours. I can fly my banners high and proud as long as you support that cause. You have to be right all the time. Yours is the only way. I have to like the things you like, be they black, trans, left or gay.
Can I just say, people have said that to me, you always have to be right, you are in the you know, in the key thing. It's like, no, I've looked at that side, and then I've gone and looked at the opposite side of that side and gone, oh, well then it's this, isn't it? It's not just all that two sides to the story. I've actually looked at both and can see where some people just look at one side, like mainstream, and that is it.
It makes no difference if I tell you I'm not the things for which you accuse. Because once you've made up your closed off minds, I'm always going to lose. I have black friends, so you're still a racist. Homophobic. But I've shared beds with gay men. I'm an anti-Semite. But the Rothschilds is the richest banking family in this world, and that's got nothing to do with them being Jewish and everything to do with them being multi-billionaires. Really do influence the dollar, pound and yen. You sip your Pinot Grigio in trendy bars down in the smoke, looking down your noses with loathsome contempt at billions of working class folk. Well, I've come here to tell you that you have had your time, 'cause the winds of change are blowing and bells of freedom soon will chime, 'cause my class, my fucking class, are waking up and stirring, and we're going to peacefully attack. We're going to breach those PC walls of segregation that have divided gay, straight, white and black. I've got no malice in my heart. I don't judge people on their sex or creed or race. I don't speak ill of absolute cunts behind the backs, not even the bloke who murdered me dad. I just tell them to the face. So to all you branding progressive liberals who won't allow debate, I hate no man or woman. I just want the right to hate. I want the right to hate like I want the right to love. I want to like and dislike what I want to like and dislike and be able to vocalise it, bruv. I'm not responsible for slavery, and I'm not taking any blame. 'Cause the white privilege built on black slavery you say that I enjoy, well, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Oprah Winfrey, Rihanna, Floyd Mayweather, Alicia Keys, Jamie Foxx, Barack Obama, et al. All enjoy the same. Beyonce spent $87 million on a house just through shaking that ass, while me and our lass sit at home lamenting about ways to pay the fucking gas. And I don't see too much white privilege in a system that lets East European refugees or wounded soldiers live in cardboard boxes. Why do Black Lives Matter and progressives fail to see not all white folks live in stately homes chasing fucking foxes? And I'm not homophobic, transphobic, racist or anything phobic, you see, because I don't fear sex or race or gender. I just won't bow down to your PC. Don't confuse my use of slang with racism and bigotry. Don't confuse my rejection of your shite with spite. Don't naturally assume I'm thick and racist because I'm northern working class. I'm not. I'm articulate, sharp and bright. And I will not walk a minefield every time I open my mouth to speak. And I will not apologise for things I've glibly said or spoken tongue-in-cheek. So shape up or fuck off for your madness.
Yay!
Because I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to bring working class people, all people together, Muslim, Christian, white and brown. I'm going to bring those globalist walls of Jericho crashing around your brainwashed progressive liberal feet. And I'm going to blow my loving, inclusive, un-PC fanfare. And your communist, fascist, capitalist, socialist, left, right, Catholic, Protestant, Muslim, Christian, black, white,
Yeah,
gay,
amen, brother.
straight, male, female,
Say it.
leave, remain,
Sing it. Preach
Republican,
it.
Democrat, afraid of COVID-19, unafraid of COVID-19, north, south, divides I will defeat. You globalists, you've divided us and conquered us for way too long. You've taken the piss out of us, and you've laughed at us, and you've shared the benefits at the top.
Karma's coming back like a bitch.
Well, I've come back to this northern working class shrine in my hometown of Redcar to tell you, now really is the time for
Woo!
your shit to fucking stop. Peace. Now I slowed that down because apparently I've got an American audience too. And we want it to go over there. We want this poem to go.
I don't know,
all
I got
over
it
the
sent
world.
and it's probably been censored. I have
It's
shared
not
it
a
on
poem of
Twitter.
hate. It's a poem of tolerance. It's a poem of people coming together. It's a poem of people loving each other and disregarding the old
The highest
way,
frequencies, love.
the way
Love,
that's kept
love,
us down
love.
and downtrodden for so long. I ask you, share this poem as far as you can. I don't know if Facebook have taken it down or not.
Just
I'm gonna
video
go to
this that I'm showing
County Durham
now
to see this
and
bloke who
share
made
it.
the post, uploaded this thing in the first place 3 years ago, 2 years ago. But I'm gonna go and see him. But if Facebook have taken it down, then let's keep on going. Let's share it some more. Let's show them that there won't be that we won't be beaten. Let's go. Come together.
Come
Share this
together.
post. Share the life out of this post.
Right now.
Thanks very much. God bless you and bye.
Woo! Great guy. Sorry, I can't remember who sent it me on Facebook in Messenger. You're just going to have to film it. Film what I've just put up and then frigging get ways of getting around it. Just film that, throw it out there. You know what I mean? People waking up everywhere. Whether it's for you or not, we know they are falling. They will. The time is right. They can't stop what's happening. Once you know, you know. Once you go through all the shit that you find out, it's not about, yes, you do get angry. It's not about violence. It's about doing it in better ways, and that's what they want you to do. The whole thing with Q was to try and stop mass chaos. There's chaos, but there would have been a lot more chaos and deaths and all sorts of things without Q. That's a fact. If you research it, that's what it's all about. When people go on about stuff, oh, there's chaos. Yes, there is chaos. There's going to be chaos. There's going to be deaths. There's going to be people doing things because you don't understand this now, because people are getting mad, then they're going out being violent, killing people, doing what the elites want you to do, because you're fighting sides that aren't even against you, really. It's because you're too busy watching the effing news and putting all your energy into that, and then fighting people. It's not me and you should be fighting, or black people or Chinese. It's those elites that have minions working for them, and all you minions that work for them people, you'll be going down too. You'll be going down too. Don't think you won't. They've got this shit on everybody. Antifa and all. Just saying. It's hot today. I'm getting triggered by the heat. But that's okay. We're allowed to get triggered. I'm sick of people saying, oh, you can't get triggered. It's that spiritual way. Yes, the difference with this thing that's going on is that spiritual higher self of yourself is coming into the physical as well. You are allowed to say stuff. You can get triggered. It's the whole point of you getting to say stuff sometimes. We're not sitting back. We're not shutting up. We're not going away. Censor all you want, because tough titty, it's out. We'll find new solutions, new ways. They're just letting it go as far as it can go while they dig their own hole for their own graves that they will be going into, because that's what mainstream media is doing. Facebook, YouTube and everything. So carry on, because you're waking people up by doing that. Q and Trump knew this. They've been going for the media for ages. When he first came out, fake news. Loads of kids say that now as a saying. Let them do their own fall down. So no one can go back and say, oh, it was Trump, it was this, that and the other, which they go on about in everything. They're doing it themselves. Let them. It's not going to go on forever, but people need to see, and they are waking up. A lot more people now are waking up because they're scratching the heads of the news. Like, hang on a minute, George Floyd, what this, what? Oh, Brighton, what was it? Bournemouth Beach. That's from 2 years ago, that picture. Why are they putting shit out? There was a mouse on a fucking rocket. In space, how can a mouse be on a rocket? And they actually put that out there, and people are like, oh, it must have been a Will you go and watch the video? Hello? And then they come back with like, oh yeah, but what? It was a fucking mouse. A mouse is not on a rocket. Did it have its own little pissing? I'm getting annoyed. I'm swearing. I don't care. Little astronaut suit on. No, it didn't. So what was it doing on the outside of a rocket? Why have I just come into that? I'm just saying. But people just still turn away like, oh yeah, it's just, what it probably is CGI. It was on the news. Or did something get in there? Or did people working for NASA think, I'm fed up with this shit now because there's a lot of people trying to get out of it and all these lies. So we're just going to make a little bit of a blip there where we're actually going to show, maybe it's in a studio. I'm just saying. Jesus Christ. It makes me laugh. Yeah, Mickey fucking Mouse. Don't even get me started on Disney. All you people, ooh, like Disney World, take me kids there. Yeah. Pedo land. Just saying. Yeah, Disney in space, exactly. Every now and again I have to have a bit of a rant. I haven't been on properly for a bit, so I just had to spit that all out there. Oh, I want to see them out. Honest to God, it was on Fox News. It was on something. It's out there. Hi, National Memorial Gardens. Hi, darling. Hopefully you're I am having a nice night, having a laugh, letting it go. I think it's because I've been having that thing with conversations with people in my life where you want to say something, but because they know about stuff, but they're not soul-heartedly in it, as in people close to me at the minute, some people. You don't, like you're triggering them, but I know I've come to that point now, you can't, everyone's on the journey and they'll get there. So I don't really want to do that in a sense because I've done a lot of it. But it's a bit like, I just need to go and see my soul family on YouTube, which is you lot. So I do want to say to everybody, I don't even know what time, it's probably midnight. No, I'll keep going for a little bit. I do want to say to everybody in chat, newbies, I do think there might be a few more subscribers, but I think they might be being held back. I want to say thank you. Even if you don't resonate with everyone, I actually do want to say thank you and I love you all just for being good people who are just trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is just try and find the truth. And a lot of people say, well, it's there. Yes, we know it's within, it's there, but there's a don't forget spiritual teachings and certain things have been took over as well, and even the big guru people on YouTube who are not talking all the truth about stuff, telling you to do, there's other stuff going on as well. But when I feel the need to come on and have a rant or do what I do it because I feel it's just a thing that I have to. But I just want to say to all you beautiful souls, yeah, where we go, on we go all, love you back. You're just fabulous. I could sit here and cry just how fabulous everybody is, because it's just that whole truth journey, hero's journey. We all go on, like people say, the game or whatever, from when we first came into life, and no matter what time you wake up at some point. People call it a midlife crisis, because I'm at that age, sort of like, you're like, no, it's just called an awakening. Oh God, it's funny. So yeah, there's plenty of support out here for you, don't I? Thank you, Effie. Yeah, it's just that's when I get very compassionate with people out there and people that put, nice comments. I don't mean because it's someone putting nice comments in chat to me or it's validating something. It's not. It's just, you get the arseholes that come in. I'm on a swearing mood today. You get the trolls, the AIs, whatever they are, the bots. Don't really give a toss about you lot. There's someone who keeps following me about everywhere on here who's an absolute. It's just like, we've won, right? You're going to be seen. Karma will come back and bite you on the ass. No, I never said Alex Jones was great. Yeah, Soul Fam. We don't care. We're winning and you're falling. And it just gets me so passionate, because even if you're not on the same sort of train track, on the same train of certain things I talk about. You don't have to be, you know, like I'm into, you know, sort of other life out there and all that, because I don't believe we're the only ones here. And if that woke up to something, it'd be like, oh, well, we're not insignificant just on here, and no, you know, all that other stuff I talk about. Dolly, you are a beautiful person. Thank you. You're all beautiful too. And remember, it's that soul that resides in you. It's not, we are not our thoughts sometimes. It's that higher self that comes in, and that soul essence. When you start tuning into your soul essence of, sometimes you'll think you're something and think, are they my thoughts? Do I really think that way about someone? No, you don't. If you really tune into yourself, you don't. Victory of the Light Warriors. Exactly, Earth Mystic. Or 111, 1111. Don't take the piss, Dolly. I did as well. Oh, I did? Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong on the Alex Jones thing. I did when he was talking about Tommy Robinson over in certain things. Then he talks about Q, and then he fell off. But that was his big deception. Get everyone following him, because yes, he did talk about truth. That's how they do it. Like I say, NASA probably have got a few truths and, like, you know, they've got lies mixed up with it though. But he isn't. You know, Alex Jones was outed on Q as a traitor. So, a bit like George Clooney's one of the biggest ones. A lot of people don't know that. But yeah, I was taking the piss. I knew what you were saying. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. So it's just I even hate saying that word of like, keep the faith and hope, because then people go, oh, hope is the word of the book. It's like, yeah, but it's here. It's here. Keep that spirit, fighting spirit. So let me go and get a bit more water. Yeah, because like I've said, went and done a little job for a friend up the road today. She says her sister, this is Stu, he tells it as it is, with no bullshit. I just, yeah, exactly, you do. It's like I said, you know, if you're not going to have no fighting spirit, you might as well dig a hole in your back garden now and get in it and cover it over. You know what I mean? Because that's what they want you to do. So, rant over, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm going to read my cued poem out. Share it. I need to get cued for this. Space Shuttle 7 was going on about getting cued. Obviously, it's a big channel. I'm not a big channel. I'm only joking. But it'd be nice to get cued for my poem, wouldn't it? Because I did it in, was it 2018? Can't remember. But I'm going to read it out. I know you've heard it before, but some people haven't. And I love reading it anyway. Because for me, making a poem, you know, I'm a creative person. I thought, yeah, it's really good, so I'm going to read it out. It's still in its, I know I need to get this printed. I'm just absolutely ridiculous at saying I'm going to do things. But I should really write it out. Because it is, you know, so I'm gonna read it. Bye, Mark. Thanks for coming in. So, it's like viewing the world again through you. Yeah, oh, trying to reconnect then. In a child, we forget our hopes and dreams. We can't, otherwise they grow. Exactly. Oh, you just reminded me. I got a message today when I was meditating. I'm just wondering where it is. Remind me in a minute when I've read this out to get what the analogy thing or whatever you call it. Something came in and I'm going to read it out. Just remind me. Yeah, read it. I'm going to read it. So, for all the QAnon people out there, here we go. Especially if you're new. We all came together. Remember, this was written in about 2018. Inspired by the Q team, the Alliance and Trump, JFK Jr. and the patriots around the world. The digital soldiers that we all are. So, we are the news now, don't forget that. 45 in the House, 45th president's in. See, Trump's in. Oh, I need to get queued. We all came together. Don't forget they are watching everything. We all came together by the letter Q. picked up the breadcrumbs, researched, and knew what to do. The movement of truth from dark to light. We are all Q and we the people will fight. For our freedom, our families and our rights to live. In a world rid of evil, it's all for our kids. That is the biggest thing. So we ride on the Q train with POTUS and R. So let's unite together and shout hurrah. The plan of the elites sky is falling down. They never thought she'd win. They never thought she'd lose, sorry. They are such clowns. So the rise of the sun. So the rise of the people, like the rise of the sun, is light to the world to show us the way. So it's just in scruffy format. Truth is here and it's here to stay. This time will be told for years to come. History we are making and we're all a part of it. It's been so much fun. We've laughed, we've cried, we've wobbled at times. But we've stayed strong and we've stayed on the ride. The time is now where we go one, we go all. Patriots of the world, we win, they fall. Thank you, Q, POTUS and R. You set us free to be who we truly are. We are the people. Boom. Oh, thank you, Revolutionary Visitors. That was me expressing, because I express, and my fingers are tingling, energies are in, that finger started tingling. Oh, that's another thing I need to tell you. I express through my art. That's how my spirit expresses itself. Many people do different things, but I express through the way I feel. Will either go into a song, a poem. I need to write more poems, or my artwork, which I'm going to show you before I go, and I'm going to pull some cards out. Right. Let me find the thing that came in. Right, so I'm sat in the garden in the sun. You should always get a bit of sun if it's 20 minutes. And it was only like a little meditation. And then I sort of opened my eyes. Some people call it like automatic writing or something. That's what I've always thought it was. I've written this down. I won't be able to read it properly. So if you see me going, oh, it's because I write it down that fast. I look at it and go, oh, now I can't read it. So I'm going to try my best. I just scribbled it down. So hence I was looking at bumblebees the other day. Right. You glow. You know when they say stand up in your light, the light's coming. Yeah, vitamin D and vitamin C. Yeah, vitamin D. Just go in the sun for a bit. Even if it's just 20 minutes a day. You know when they say light up, binational, light up, you know, the light of truth, light at the end of the tunnel, light, I think light, fire, truth, glow, whatever, twinkles. You glow, light up, glow in truth. You know, you see people when you glow, like truth, not people like dark, like the Democrats, all evil looking and their eyes are full of darkness and they're not lit up in the light. Glow in truth. It's a fire. It destroys lies, deceit, corruption. But from fire, new growth does come. You know, you'll see fires going on in places in different parts of the world, but new growth does come. Example, it can kill weeds off, but new growth can grow. And then I can't really see what this says. Humanity's weeds are being plucked by the handfuls. To the earth, so the earth can breathe a new life. I'm getting tingles on the head now. Yeah, there's energy about it. I get tingles on me crown chakra. It's just started tingling. the weeds are being plucked by the handfuls so the earth can breathe again and new life, our new life can flourish and spread. Meaning as well, if there's too many weeds in the gardens, the flowers can't bloom and grow, can they? Can't go to the light. That's what it's been like, you know, that metaphor, whatever you call it. Then I wrote, if I can find the right side of it, if I can read it, because I can never read what I bloody wrote, can spread to one another like a bumblebee, and its little gold nuggets of pollen goes flower to flower, collecting and pollinating. We are the collectors of truth and pollinators, dropping nuggets of gold light information off to the earth. Off to every flower. Well, like little flowers. Off to every flower. You are a flower. And then it says, now the weeds are being plucked. You get to see the light more clearly and rise up, strengthen, transform into a much, I don't know if it's a beautiful blossom. And when people see you blossom, they want to bloom too. Many flowers. There are many flowers, all weird and wonderful, but all beautiful, divine creation. And no doubt, when you see flowers in full bloom, because I was looking at flowers today, you see love, you see God, you see creation, you just do. That's what came in. We're all little flowers being pollinated by nuggets of truth, one by one, and then we bloom when we see the light, we grow towards the light, photosynthesis and all that. We're little solar beings, aren't we? We are the working bees, Dolly. Exactly. Bees are very sacred. You should do some illustrations for it. It's so lovely. I know, yeah, I think I should get my poem out, draw around that, and I should put some I should just put some stuff out of what I'm getting in over this time, because this time's a great awakening and all this stuff that's coming out of me is recorded on here and people might want it or like it. So good idea. I can put that in there with that. That's what came in today. Before I do some cards before I go, what have I been making today? I've been making a necklace, not this one, it was another one. I've been making some rings. Yeah, that's what they say about the bees, but there's a lot of bees back and there's lots in mine. They're trying to get in my conservatory, yes. I've been making some of these rings, which is the one that I wear here. The dingle dangle ring with an elephant on it. Don't know if you can see on this camera. There's a little elephant, probably not focusing. They've got little hearts on, little stars on, and they're little dingle dangle rings. So I'm just trying to get a big collection together. We're doing some more of them. I've been making some handmade cards, which you've seen before, but I'll just give you a quick nosy. Because to me, these cards are my mini art and stuff that I do. And they can be sent anywhere. That one says, thinking of you. This is the Mr. and Mrs. Yeah, I haven't got a shop link. It'll just be on, well, actually, I'm trying to get there. I'm just trying to make inventory. I've got Instagram, which is Janine Flannery, Dolly Daydream. Anyone can put it in chat. And I've got Facebook. I've just gone on Facebook under. No, it's not. It's Janine Flannery now. It's changed to Dolly Llama. Do you get it? Dolly Llama. And on Facebook, it's under... I haven't put a lot up there yet. Dolly Llama. Which Dolly Llama Designs, actually, which the picture is little bracelets I made. And then the actual picture of Dolly Llama Designs, and it's got a little llama there. Don't know if you can see. But yeah, you can check on there if anyone's interested. I've got, so that was a little Mr. and Mrs. 6 inches by 6 inches square. They're all handmade. This is my one that's drawn. I'm going to be doing some spiritual cards as well with different meanings. I could have Welcome to the Great Awakening, You've Been Red Pilled. I think I might have to do some of this stuff. It's quite funny. This one says, Make Today Amazing. It's one of my little drawings. This one's really beautiful with butterflies on, Get Well Soon. It's 3D. Can be posted anywhere, or you can buy a bunch and they can be sent in a box to you. But they are beautiful. And they are handmade with love. They're not produced in a big, massive, bloody production thing. So, yeah. Take care, Ricardo. So, I've got that. And then, been doing anything else? Can't think. There is some other stuff. So, I'm going to just go and grab some cards. And I'll do cards before I go. See what they say. Woo! Wow, just wow. What you wowing at? I'll do 3 decks. I've done my cards for today, so I know what mine's saying. What's your true calling? Woo! Yeah, they're handmade with a lot of love, and they're like little art. It's little art pictures, isn't it? So I've got many more. So I'm going to have to put them up on my places so you can see. Right, so I got Share Your Voice Today, Take a Break, Akashic, Your Guidance is Divinely Guided. And no, wait, postpone, say no. You've got to remember you can say no sometimes. You don't have to be a yes person. You don't have to be a yes person. So, let's get them out of the way. I'll do. Oh, thank you, Effie. I will do. Oh, yeah, and I've been doing these little bracelets. I got Wisdom, Power of the Divine, Fruitation. Oh, Fruitation, it says Fruition. You know, I always do Fruitation in the Dolly dictionary. Got to get that Dolly dictionary going. Abundance, reaping what you sow. You will reap what you sow. Patience and stillness. It's patience, patience, patience is a virtue. So, we've got... gonna do. Thought I'd do a long one tonight because I've not been on for a bit properly. 3 decks. So I've got the Work Your Light Oracle, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and the Universe Has Your Back. So let's see. Whew. Hang on, not proper. Oh, that's just flown out. Same one again. Share your voice. Share your voice. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. Expression. Express yourself. I express myself through my art and stuff. Share your voice. Throat chakra. Speak your truth, people. Don't be afraid. I forget all the same cards again. Oh, right. 2 came out. That's good. We've got Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? They just good to be triggered. Sometimes it's the things you're hiding from, but yeah. And we have to look in the mirror and we have to go within. We have to look at ourselves as well. Why is it triggering us sometimes? Triggering's good, but sometimes it is because we need to learn lessons. And the next one's get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. I think a lot of people have been doing this in the lockdown with the weather and everything. Really good thing to go and do, to go and calm down and really see what's going on. So we've got them. 3 out of that one. And then it's too hot. The next one. Wisdom of the higher realms. Let's see. Dolly Dictionary. Yeah, I've got loads of mad words that I say and get mumble jumbled up and I call it the Dolly Dictionary. So really, I need to illustrate a book with my daft words in it. Yeah, the Dolly Dictionary. Because who needs the right words? We need to make our own words up. Not their words. That means so many different things. Oh. The same one that came out today. Number 7. You know what number 7 is to me? Wisdom, power of the divine, the well watcher. Number 7. So the first card that came out on the first deck was the first card I got today. And then this is the first card I got out of this deck. So that's hilarious. And they jump out, you know, so. Yeah, should I? Pretty funny. Oh. Trust. Strategizing, I can't say it. 30. The chess queen. Funny because it is a big game of chess. So one more. Shame I haven't got the lights in the right thing. You'd probably see orbs flying past now. You know, I haven't got that lighting. We've had many orbs on live chat, as many of you know. Yeah, 7th heaven. Oh. Sisters of the seasons, cycles of growth, natural law, divine order. Guess what number it is? Boom! Are you ready? Because this is all about a cycle, and this cycle that's coming to an end and the new thing that's coming in. Number 17. As we've been talking about Q. Boom. And the divine feminine going on. Number 17. Yee. That's that one. And then a little message from the universe is mass arrests and executions. Tapper's just put in there. Thank you. Right, let's go. Yeah, I love synchronicity, so do I. It's only your higher self talking to you. So, I'm just all in that, let's call it patriot power. Patriot power. I love it. I love when I can come and speak freely, even though we get censored. But, you know, when Soul Fam's in the house and you sort of know what I'm waffling on about, it's great. I love it. It fires me back up again, gives me a lot of energy. Because if anyone's noticed, feeling a bit tired lately, don't know how everyone's been feeling. But like I said, it's is it 5 planets in retrograde? Make sure, you know, different things going on and making you feel this, making you feel tired. So, 33 in the house. Christ consciousness is here now. Oh, it's just moved as soon as I said it. So, yeah. Right. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself I am love and miracles are natural. Miracles are natural. I am love. The highest frequency is love. That's what we're going to. Someone said today, you're in like 4D, virgin on 5D. I know I'm not in 5D yet, that 5D consciousness, because it is about unconditional love and all that sort of stuff, but just certain things with certain things. I was like, yeah. I don't know why that just came out. Why did I just bring that up? Yeah, same timelines, exactly. Oh, nearly. Come on. Let me see, the card flip. It's not low enough, so. Oh, nearly. Oh. There's a stream of love supporting my dreams. And the last one was just fell out. It's a rainbow. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. The universe works fast when you're having fun. I'm more in a positive mindset. Eee. How come you've just said turquoise? That's funny because I was mentioning turquoise today with somebody. My Nana's favourite colour was turquoise. Interesting about the clone thing. I thought about when they cloned the sheep, they were telling us when surely that they are already cloning people. Yeah, I mean, some people are saying they did. Some people are saying they haven't. It's just because they put that thing out about Dolly the sheep clone that makes you think they have. Some people are saying it's not. It's just that they can replicate people, as in look-alike is. They can take someone and morph them in, you know, plastic surgery and all that. I don't know, but whatever. But it's all just interesting, isn't it? All just interesting. So anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm hot and sweaty. I need to go and cool down and have a bit of a chill before bed because I'm not going to sleep because of the heat. Not that I ever really sleep anyway. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you soon. I probably didn't get through all my story, but basically we're all going to the love consciousness, Christ consciousness, the higher consciousness, whatever you want to call it, it's many different things, but it is basically do with going back to God, source, the force, the universe, the cosmos, whatever you want to call it. Spiritual awakening is what is behind all of this, basically. So yeah, I've waffled on for about 10 million years, I think. I don't even know what time it is. I'm not even looking. What's time? Yeah, thank you. If you'd like to make a donation to me, a coffee donation, it's in live chat. My email address is on there for PayPal. So yeah, and like I said, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, and I can put my cards and things up there. I'm just trying to make a lot of stash of stuff. Why? We're just in lockdown. So 2 hours. Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was like 4. It feels like 4. But I just wanted to come and say, just keep that spirit going and vibing. Yes, we have shitty days. Yes, we have days where we're like, oh my God, people are sucking the energy at me right now. Or they're not waking up, or this, that. They are waking up. They are waking up. The ones who are not, just leave them to it. They will. Keep going. Keep moving forward. Keep flowing, shining, whatever. Yes, Loris, shine your bright light. Don't let no fucker dim it. I'm in one of them swearing moods today, and I'm not saying sorry. So, yeah, shine your light bright, light at the end of the tunnel. Someone said today you've made the pledge. All of us made the pledge with Q, the Q pledge of patriotism around the world. Yes, I'm feeling a bit giddy now. Feeling a bit giddy. JP, where are you? I just at the moment I had to type the word sinking, Dolly. Yeah, we're all sinking. We're all sinking up. We're all sinking. Synchronicities and sinking together because we are all soul fam. You know, even if we're not resonating everything, always just resonate with what you resonate with and leave the rest behind you. and some things you may move and come off that resonation with something and move on to something else. But just keep doing what you're doing, remembering through the day when you are feeling a bit shit. Just keep pumping the good vibes out, keep pumping it out, because that side don't like it. Keep talking your truth. And oh, turquoise, what? Oh, turquoise, syncing with the turquoise. Yeah. So yeah, it just makes me and I always see electrical blue. Oh, and I did come up with the thing of the red and the blue, and then you've got the DNA. I can't remember what the thing is now, the healing symbol of the DNA, and then I think red, earth, magnetic, blue, electrical, ether. Those two words are coming together. They try to separate it, our DNA and everything. So anyway, I don't know why that just came in, but anyway, where we go, one we go all. I'll see you very soon. Have a lovely weekend. I think we're supposed to be having rain. I don't know. It's been a bit on and off, but it's boiling. Yes, just hold on in there, but just keep witnessing what's going on. That's one of the best things. You don't have to be going around waking people up. Just keep witnessing now, because it's happening. It's been happening, but it's faster and faster, just like Robbie Williams said. So anyway, yeah, thank you all, and I will see you soon. Bye.